That's when we moved it back onto the camp park ground host attendant. We weren't comfortable with the arrangement that way, and so that's why we had we actually, I believe, received communication from Tom at that time. We didn't go out and seek Tom. Tom sought us and offered to do it, and so we approved it.
And last year was the Master Gardeners.
Last year was the Master Gardeners. The pain of being out there is still fresh in your memory after 2 years. 2 years ago, we got plenty of work out there.
You can imagine how fast that happened.
The deer did like our flowers.
Yeah, they did do the job of the deer.
I'll follow up with
You were
Tom.
looking for votes.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, moving on to new business. Appointment of a park board secretary.
As you can see in the minutes from the last meeting, I believe I was appointed as the temporary secretary. There was discussion about a member being appointed as a permanent secretary.
Mitch?
I would request not to take that position.
Can't be that bad.
Honestly, it takes me about 20 minutes to type up the minutes every time we have a meeting. I mean, it's not.
Is it because you don't want to do it, or you just feel that was...
No, I just offered it up there the last
somebody
time.
wanted it.
This is one of 2 boards where I serve as the secretary. It's not the norm in a lot of our committee boards, but it's not a large time-consuming issue. What I would
you mind doing it?
I'm sorry?
Would you mind doing it?
No, but I would like that there be at least a backup set up, so that if for some reason I cannot attend a park board meeting, that there is somebody designated to do things.
I can be the backup.
Well, you're volunteering.
Yeah, I'm on the roll.
I don't think that
Which would make it
requires
good
a vote.
if you-
The only vote would be is to move me from, the only thing you would want to make a motion to at this point is to approve moving me from a permanent to the full-time.
Temporary full-time.
Yeah.
I'll make a motion.
Yeah, and put Laura in as
As
full-time.
permanent park board secretary. And Laura Murray.
No, full-time.
That's a backup.
Okay.
That's it. We have a motion. And a second. All in favor?
Aye.
I think that would be the best. There's a lot of issues that he can take to the council.
As I said, man, it's not really, the fire board one's a little bit more time consuming than this one. This one is
More complicated, too.
Huh?
A little more complicated, too.
Right. That's all I.
Is there anything else?
Very short business.
Okay, so I'll entertain a motion to adjourn. Mitch?
Well, before we go, yeah, one point, a couple of them. As far as the CIP budget, there's probably nothing going to be left for the park board to do anything before July 1st for capital improvement, is there?
No. Everything we had basically put in there for this year was for the Chautauqua building and for the pavement on our leased and purchase.
The shopping building, we got nothing planned for next year.
No, we do not. Our money that we have in the CIP budget for next year for the parks is partially for replacement of park ground equipment. The discussion seems to be focused on the Chautauqua Park is where the equipment would go. There was some discussion about exactly which parks, but that sounded like the one the board was leaning towards. We put together roughly somewhere between $15,000 and $19,000 for that, with the expectation that we would be getting money from other sources to provide the other share of that. I should be hearing very shortly on a response from the Sac County Endowment as far as what award we will receive.
And the trees, that'll be pretty whenever tree removal and busted trees down there, that'll be just whenever the...
Well, I went to a League Cities meeting last Thursday night, and the discussion that was going on there was that everyone's, Jim Bullock was there, and then representatives from other cities were there. The one message, the unified message you were hearing is everybody was hearing the same thing from FEMA. Don't rush into it. And their comment of why not to rush into it is because one, they have not filled out a declaration yet. Two, they're only at this point, it sounds like what they're willing to pay for, they're willing to pay for two types of things. Overtime pay for picking limbs up on the curbs, possibly, and then the second thing that they're clearly willing to pay for is if limbs need to be taken out of city trees. Hanging limbs was the term that they would use.
Not on private property though?
No.
That,
I think there is, but you'll have to file your own claim, personal claim.
Right. They're not going to run it through our disaster.
Right now it's got to go federal. We'll wait
before you get anything done.
Wait for Obama to sign it. I see Harkin just put a letter in.
And the other thing that's going on, the one change, and you might, I don't know, you might be interested in this, Mitch, since you're interested in that type of thing. The one thing we are hearing that's a change from FEMA now is that if you are going to hire out the service of cleaning the limbs on trees, at least one of your people has to be on site during the process. They want you to have one person in the process. That is, before they've never required that, but now they are requiring you to have an on-site supervisor from the entity.
Yes, we'll have to have somebody put the line back together.
Some communities ain't park board information, but I've talked to people in Carroll and DOT's picking theirs up. Are they offering it for a fee, or have you heard anything much?
They are getting money from the emergency relief from the state to pay for some of it. Okay. They were also, from what I heard, hiring some of the prisoners
they
from
were, I
over in
think
Rockville City.
it was just a day thing until they saw how long it was, how well it went over. But obviously, with everything else, the new forms have come through that's been postponed. So.
Well, yeah, right now it's a total waste to have anybody come in because it's frozen.
That's one of the reasons why our main focus is to have a dump location for people right now. If they truly do not want to wait for us to get all our ducks in a row, we all know how government works, and the federal government is the slowest of us all. We are offering that opportunity to have a dump site behind the DFW as an alternative for people who simply don't want to wait. But they're telling us, make sure you don't do anything with it till you take pictures, because if you want to try to get FEMA money back, you need to document everything you do, whether it be privately or publicly. Make sure you're documenting what you're doing.
We've got roughly 300 pictures of damaged line.
If there's no further business.
Need a motion to adjourn on it.
Is there?
I don't think so.
Oh.
That'd be good.
All right, I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Okay,
Oh, he did. Okay, a second. Whatever.
All in favor?
That state.
You want to get that?